So we got a 2015 F350 6.7 Powerstroke. Story. Low oil warning came on. Hadn't been having any trouble with it. And shut it off. Trailered it back to their yard. The mechanic over there pulled the oil filter off. No oil coming out of it at all. When it cranked the engine over. So brought it over here on a tow truck, pushed it in here with the forklift, put my gauge on there, spun the engine over, nothing, zero. So tore the front cover off and to inspect the oil pump. The cover looks perfect. I don't see any scoring, nothing. That looks like brand new to me after cleaning it up. The rear plate that goes on there, it does have some wear on it. You can see the shiny spots there, and that's between the two chambers. Your pickup pulls the oil in here. You got a regulator down here where it starts to pressurize the oil, drops it over on this side, comes out this side, goes and feeds the other channel in the oil pan, the upper oil pan, goes back through the oil cooler. Let's see, it's picked up. Let's see, how does this work? This is crazy. So we're back on our 2015 with the no oil pressure. Put the pump in, cranked it. So wire over there you can disconnect and hot wire and run the starter. We got 50 psi on our gauge over there, and then put a few more things back together here and fired it up for a few seconds, and it's over 50. It's about 54 psi at an idle there. So the engine sounded fine, but we're going to finish reassembling it here, and then we'll put it back together and go out and drive it, see if it's okay. But I think it's okay, so I'll be back. So we've got our 2015 6.7 with the low oil pressure put back together. We got about 52 psi cold. When I first started it, it was up around 60. So I guess it's going to be all right. It sounds good. I'll go drive it, make sure that I think we shut her down in time. It might have a little bit of life in it. So we got our 2015 here that we put the oil pump in. I still don't know what was wrong with the oil pump. I mean, I did measuring on it, and it just wasn't working beyond my understanding, apparently. So we got it all put back together, fired it up with the gauge tapped into where the oil pressure sending, or the oil temperature sending unit goes down on the filter housing. And we had, of course I cranked it and we had oil pressure. It went up to like 50 plus, cranking the engine over, just running the starter. And then went ahead and fired it up, and it went up to, it was at 50. So I shut it off, put the thing back together, front end, everything, the cooling module, everything back in it, and warmed it up. I let it run high idle at 1100 RPMs, bring everything up to temperature, let it idle down. It's got like 28 to 30 at an idle, so that's perfect. Goes up to about 48 when you're at cruising speed. So we're gonna go drive it a little bit. I don't think he did any damage. I think he got it shut off quick enough. I don't hear any bad noises in the engine, and we have good oil pressure, so I'm gonna go drive it, and I might be a little hard on it, see, you know, get the boost up, and if something's gonna happen to it, I guess it'll happen to me. I've already talked to the customer and told him, hey, you know, we're kind of, you know, it's a little bit of a crapshoot here. So anyway, we're gonna go do that, and then we'll come back and we'll make sure nothing's hanging or banging, and check for leaks, and then we'll ship this thing out of here. So be right back. Well, we're gonna call that a fix. Went out, put a few miles on it, ran it pretty good, checked it for leaks, nothing leaking. My real complaint on these trucks is there's no oil pressure PID. It has an oil pressure sensor in it, so the PCM is looking at that, obviously, but they don't give you a PID. That would really be nice if they did give us one of those, so that we could look at that, you know, in the data stream. Or, you know, I guess if you had one of these trucks and it has, you know, 150 or 200,000 miles on it, I would recommend putting an oil pressure gauge in there so you could monitor that and you know, catch trouble before it happens. Like this happened all of a sudden, just no oil pressure. Shut it down, trailered it, towed it over here, and then you know, oil pump went out. I have no idea what's wrong with the oil pump. Like I said, I mean, the front cover was beautiful, no scratches, no wear in it. The back plate did have some wear on it, but I guess they've got to be pretty darn tight to create a suction. The gasket on the oil pan on the pickup side looked fine. It was sticking up above the surface, so that should have been sealing okay. Nothing wrong in the pickup. It was you know, I pulled oil out of it just fine with a shop vac. Didn't have any restriction or air leak that I could hear in it. Blew air back through it, bubbled in the pan. You could hear it bubbling in the oil. So bad oil pump. So yeah, I guess if you had one of these trucks, it might not be a bad idea to get a I would just use a you know, a standalone gauge. You could put it in a pillar or cut a freaking hole in the dash or whatever, and just use one with an electric transducer, you know, and that'll give you an idea of whether or not you have oil pressure, if you have trouble brewing, because he got really lucky here, especially on a high mileage engine. I mean, I can't believe this thing didn't twist a bearing out of it. Even, you know, it's just amazing to me. I don't think it's going to do that at this point, but you know, it certainly doesn't do it any good not having any oil pressure. So anyway, oil pressure restored, truck runs great, and no leaks, and it's ready to ship.